You see, when you tell history in this type of way, it's no wonder people just don't find it interesting. Hello once again, watchers of good movies. My name is Nick Pell and this is once again coming from my apartment. Now today we are going to be talking about the film Free State of Jones. This is an historical drama set during the Civil War period and a little bit past that point, in which Matthew McConaughey's character decides to rebel against the Confederacy and form his own state called Jones. And that's part of our movie. Now I'm just going to dive into it. I did not really like this movie that much. I found it to be actually quite boring for the most part. There are some fun action scenes. The battle scenes in the beginning are actually quite interesting and quite cool to watch because they're just done really, really well. And then there's scenes just kind of throughout the movie which just come up and they look kind of cool. And you just kind of see the revolution, this like mini revolution take place during the end of the Civil War, which a lot of people just don't really know about, which is a cool thing to kind of showcase just this group of rebels in the South who are also fighting against the Confederacy for their own freedom. And it's just kind of a cool little thing that happened. And that's what you think the movie is going to focus on. That's what you think the majority of the extent of this film is going to be about, is the formation of this Free State of Jones and then the eventual collapse of it. Because guess what? There's not a Free State of Jones anymore in this country. And then it just kind of goes past that point and it focuses on a lot more things. Just in the Reconstruction era after the Civil War, and just one of the darkest periods in American history in regards to racism, with the Ku Klux Klan eventually coming into power, and just immense racism, especially when colored people got the right to vote, and just the intense just negativity by white people in regards to that, just not wanting to let them vote, and it was just and lynching people just on the streets for no reason. It's tough to watch a lot of these scenes towards the end of the movie because again they just showcase some of the darkest parts of our history, but the fact that they do it so well that it makes me not want to watch it is saying something well about the movie. And the last 30 minutes of the movie is actually quite good because it actually gets kind of interesting in regards to where the story could have gone, where it could have actually focused on if this little formation of Free State of Jones was not supposed to be the main focus of the movie. It was supposed to just be like this little segment as it was in the beginning, and it's not the name of the actual film. It just would have made a lot more sense to me. There are also these flash forwards which are happening in regards to Matthew McConaughey's grandson in the future, in regards to his heritage and kind of what his genetic makeup is apparently. And you just kind of see the racism that's carried over even into the 1900s. And it's just, again, I got angry during these parts. I didn't think it was necessary, per se. Maybe they were just doing to kind of show like how not that different the time periods were, just 100 years apart from each other. But I just didn't feel like the flash forward was extremely necessary for this movie. Part of the other problem is that the story just isn't all that interesting. Again, the part with the Free State of Jones, it's just such a very slow build up, and then once it happens for like 20 minutes and then just kind of moves on to other territory. And so the story that's supposed to focus on doesn't get the focus or the intrigue, and it's just not done in a very interesting way, which is going to appeal to the audience and makes them want to go read more about the story and find out more about these characters and the situation which happened and find out how much of it was historically accurate and stuff like that. That's what a good historical drama is supposed to do, is intrigue its audience and it make them want to investigate more into the situation and just learn more about this time period. It's not supposed to bore them and make them almost fall asleep like it did for me. And I have a fucking degree in history, for Pete's sake. The performances, however, they are good. I have no issues with any of the performances in this movie. Again, Matthew McConaughey, he's the main role. In this movie, he's the main star, main focus of the film. He does a very good job throughout the course of the film. I enjoyed his performance. I don't really know who any of the other actors are in this movie, and so they all did good as well. Look them up if you so choose. But guys, in the end, Free State of Jones just doesn't really do what it needs to do to make the story all that interesting. Again, it seems to try to focus so much on the establishment of the Free State of Jones, that once it actually gets into interesting territory in the last 30 minutes of the film, it's done at that point, and it's like, oh well, that would have been a lot more interesting of a focus for the film to deal with, and just have this be as like a little bit prologue setup best first act one type of thing, instead of having it be the main focus. So guys, I didn't really enjoy Free State of Jones all that much. I found it boring. I was checking my watch every 5 minutes, and yeah, probably don't check it out if you're not entirely interested in this time period, or if you're not interested whatsoever. But guys, those are my thoughts on Free State of Jones. Let me know yours in the comments down below. Did you like it as much as I did? Did you hate it more than I did? Let me know. Like, favorite, comment, and subscribe once again. If you so choose, I'd appreciate it immensely. And as always, people, my name is Nick Pell. And once again, keep on watching.